start speaking about a slave. Now, when we start speaking about a slave, we have to know that there are.
I don't think it's a tangent.
Right. For you, it's not. For me, it is.
No, I want to know why.
You heard what I just told you?
Okay, how do I acquire a woman? How do I acquire a slave? That's not a tangent. Sorry.
No, that started off with how do you marry someone?
How
Then went to slavery.
way to acquire things without interrupt. And then we went into a slave only in two cases. To me, that's not a tangent. We're talking about acquiring a girl, and then we're talking about acquiring a slave. I'm asking that question.
Now listen, I want to give you an example. A rabbi now goes to yeshiva, and he wants to become an official rabbi. And what does he have to know? He has to know how to make a wedding, how to write the ketubah, how to make the Kiddushin, how to make yichud, and all the steps. He tells him, okay, open up Kiddushin. All of a sudden he tells him, and when you buy a slave, what does it have to do with it? I'm here to learn how to make a wedding. It's like you learn shechita. All of a sudden you're learning shechita, called shuchatin, and the rabbi goes on and says, you know what? We're going to teach you now how to heal an animal. What's the connection? I'm here to learn how to do shechita. Following? So you're right, there is a connection. There must be some sort of connection. There is a connection. You want to learn about buying, go to Baba Kama. What are you doing here in the middle of weddings? Okay, but there is a connection. But bottom line is, when you open up Kiddushin, you have the second Mishnah talks about slaves, rather than talking about marriages. Okay.
But you use the word tangent. Tangent is like boom.
It is a no, tangent does not mean it doesn't belong. So you don't know English. I'm sorry.
You're going around and boom.
No.
Are you the word tangent?
I'm going to tell you tangent. Tangent is right. When listen, you have a line. You have a line. And now all of a sudden you have a tangent coming from that line. Comes from the line. It's not from somewhere else. Something which has to do with the line, it goes up.
It starts together, but it goes in a very different direction.
So now when it comes to a tangent is not something completely off. I'm talking about shirts. And we make shirts in India. Comes from the Mizrachis, and we make pants in China. It's not completely off. There is a concept of you're making the same type of, it's still clothing. It's a different item of clothing, a tangent.
Right, I got it.
You are talking about, we just talked yesterday, about what? We talked about the concept of a slave. Got it. Then all of a sudden they said, you're supposed to give a gift to a slave. Comes the Gemara and says, you know where that's based on? It's based on Shibuda Reb Nachman, Reb Natan. What does Reb Natan have to do with this? Oh, you're right. It does not. The Shibuda Reb Natan is found in B'Metzia. But here we're going to use it for the concept of giving gifts to the inheritors. So really it's not the discussion, but it's a tangent. You know what tangent means? Not completely off. Comes the Gemara tells us, Mr. Gindi, let's go back. So now we have a concept of slaves. The concept of slaves, when you hear the word slave, all of a sudden you have to wake up. Because there's three types of slaves. There's a slave which is Mr. Gindi. Three types of slaves. First slave, the general category is a slave which is non-Jewish. You buy an Eved Kanani. An Eved Kanani is not non-Jewish. He's Jewish. By him coming into your domain, he becomes a pseudo-Jew. A fake Jew. Fake Jew. Now, what does it mean, a fake Jew? That you're obligated to do what to him? You're obligated to put him in the mikveh. After you put him in the mikveh, what are you supposed to do with him? You have a year to give him a milah. If he doesn't take a milah, what do? You sell him to a goy. That becomes what? That's a non-Jewish slave. Also, you have to treat him well. You beat him up, goes free. That is what Eved Kanani. Also involved in Evkani is Shifcha Kanani. It has the same laws.
What's your family again?
Shifcha means a maidservant, a woman. So she goes to the mikveh. She doesn't have to have a milah, that's of course. But if she has to have a mikveh, she has now chayav just like her male equivalent. She has to do mitzvot. Not all mitzvot, they have a group of mitzvot. If you let either of them free, after they had a milah and after that they become Jewish. So all of a sudden,
But now what they with you?
while they're with you, they're pseudo-Jewish.
Exactly.
Now, that becomes what? The first step of Avdut. First, Eved, the most common Eved is what? A non-Jew. What works for you? 24 hours? What do they call 24/7? Now that
There
Jew,
were a lot more non-Jews
Sure.
than
Jewish,
Jewish.
right?
Is it really 24/6 because of Shabbat?
Not 24/6, 24/7. You're able to make him do work on Shabbat, not the 39 melachot. But you can make him go clean the table and to serve you. Mr. Gindi, did you know what we just said? You didn't hear.
The 39 melachot they can't do,
Right?
but other melachot they can do.
Sure. Who's serving you? Who's cleaning the table? Who's bringing the food out? So the Eved.
But you're permitted to do that.
Right?
Yeah.
So now, let's go further. That is stage one. Stage two, a new Evid, a Jew. That's found in Parashat Mishpatim. That Jew has all kinds of laws. He only can work for 6 years. Has a whole slew of laws. But in the Jewish slave, there are three categories.
One that stole.
One which
Sold by the
is
bad thing, sold by himself.
Okay, I'm sorry.
and what's the third one?
That'll help. Third one.
The woman.
The woman, Mauricio got it. Mr. Gindi, Mauricio got it before you even thought about it. You're not listening. Mauricio told us the woman. So you have the Ama Ivriya. So you have Eved Ivri, which is Chir Atzmo. You have Eved Ivri, Chir Bedin. You have Eved Ivri, which is Ama Ivriya. Each one has different laws. I'm going to go start with Ama Ivriya because she is the one we didn't speak about. So we'll speak about her now. Ama Ivriya works for how many years? Till she reaches puberty.
12 and a half.
Once she reaches puberty, she's out. If Yovel came before she reached puberty, she goes out with Yovel. Now, right? So she can be 8 years old when she was sold. Yovel came when she was 10. She goes free. Now, but her kesef that she was born with, so there's a dual purpose. What's the dual purpose? Kiddushin. It could be used as Kiddushin. So if Mr. Montefiore bought a slave, and now he wants her, he sees she's a good family, she has good midot, she has good Ahavat Hashem, he says, I want it for my son. Doesn't have to give her Kiddushin. The ring is already given. When was the ring given? When you bought her. So that is Ama Ivriya. Ama Ivriya also could buy herself back. The father sees that this is a corrupt family, they're not interested. He buys her back. How does he buy her back? She is supposed to work for 3 years. Puberty is going to be at 12 and a half. He prorates the amount that he paid. They paid her $3,000 for her for 3 years. So now after 2 years, he gives her $1,000, and she goes free. That is Ama Ivriya. Right. Good? Now, the Ama Ivriya comes with other... Yes.
One of the criteria is that he stole, so he's going to be...
Mr. Gindi, nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with... Ama Ivriya is never sold by Bedin. Mr. Gindi, when do you sell even a young boy? A young boy is found doing what? I'll tell you, I was in kosher court maybe 25 years ago.
That's time now?
Yehuda. Yeah. It was on King's Highway. It was on King's Highway.
The pharmacy was.
Yeah. And there was a guy who came in and bothered Yehuda. Took him to the end of that. At that time, he had a Jewish, Israeli girl, his niece, was at the cashier, and Yehuda. And he took him to the back of the store. And he told his son, little boy, to take a 6-pack and walk out of the store because Yehuda would be in the back of the store. Yehuda would be in the back of the store. I stopped the boy. The father came and says, "What are you doing? Mind your business." Okay. But now my question is, this boy stole. But let's say he was Jewish. Mr. Gindi, the story was a boy. What was he Jewish? Can be a teen seller? No.
Underage.
Underage.
It has to be 13 to sell them.
So you can do nothing if it's 7 years
So
old.
certainly a girl. No, if the girl was Mr. Gindi. A Jewish girl, cannot be a slave after puberty. She is Mrs. Clyde. She's Bonnie.
But she's not sold by the big
She's never sold by Bedin. Nobody could sell her. The father can't sell her. The father can only sell her under puberty, and not for stealing.
How is she going to slavery? Herself?
So get the
No, the father can't sell her.
Nobody can sell her. She can't be a slave.
She can't be.
She's a wife.
How does she pay?
That's her business.
Goes free.
She goes free. She's not a wife at 12 and a half. Have a good day. Arrivederci, my friend.
So, Rabbi, we spoke about a guy and agree that Jew was...
Now, slow down.
We're talking about now a boy.
We didn't get there yet.
Oh, okay.
Now, we spoke.
Under 13 years old boy.
So we got what? So far, what do we have, Mr. Gindi? We started off with the Eved Kinani. The Eved Kinani, as he is sold, he comes to a type of Judaism.
Yes.
Afterwards, what do we do? Once he's free, if we do free him,
He becomes a Jew.
if we free him, he's a Jew automatically. Now, if he does not want to have the Brit Milah, we sell him to a Goy. If we let him go free, even though we're not allowed to let him go free, Asur, because it says, Le'olam bahem ta'avodu, we shall work with them forever. You have a slave working forever. Why? Because you don't trust that he'll be a good person afterwards. So therefore, you keep it in shackles. Doesn't mean shackles, but you keep an eye on him all the time. Now, all of a sudden, but there are times. So you have to free him. You're allowed to free him, right? Now, Toby they never free. So now, all of a sudden, what do? You can free him, he becomes Jewish. That is the first statement. What is that called, Mr. Gindi? Eved Kinani. Over Eved Kinani. Next step. The next one we spoke about was Eved Ivri. The first category, Eved Ivri, we're talking about what? Amah Ivriya, which we didn't discuss in the Gemara. Amah Ivriya is a girl under puberty, can be sold till puberty. Any other age, a woman cannot be sold. She only can be sold before puberty, till puberty. If she stole, Mrs. Money, sorry, Charlie, you go to jail. You're not going to go be sold. You only can be sold when? Underage. Okay. Now, that's the second system. Third, Eved Ivri, the male. Now, Mr. Gindi says Bedin. First case is brought down in Mishpatim. The Bedin sells him for a sin of what? Stealing. He doesn't have money to pay back. He took the money and he went to Vegas. No more money. Oh, no more money. Come work. But now that person can only work for how long? 6 years. Now the person he stole from maybe does not want him to go to work to be sold. Because once he's sold, after 6 years, the debt is paid. Paid in full. What do you mean paid in full? He stole. What's more?
6 years didn't cover it.
I'm not interested in having him sold.
No, you're going to get part of it at least.
Maybe he'll tell the guy, Work for me as a worker. I'll give you minimum wages, and the rest I will do what?
Keep.
I will keep.
He's not hayav to take that job.
Who said?
I'm asking. Question.
Maybe that would be a better way. If the man doesn't want him to be a slave, maybe he could do what? He could go and take from his Now that is a slave sold by Bedin. On that we know clearly that a slave sold by Bedin works only 6 years. On the 7th year he goes free. Again, he's a male over 13. A male under 13, there is no sale. Cannot be an Evid. Never.
So a girl could be, but
Right.
not a boy. That's what I wanted to know.
Now the slave at 13, what does he do? He has only 7 years. On the 7th year he goes free. One. Second thing, he works 6 years, and on the 7th year he goes free. Again, first thing. Second thing, we know he has the ability to stay longer.
Pierce his ears.
Here's his ear.
The right one.
The right one.
Why did he pierce his ears?
Third one.
Show that he wants to stay there.
No, because he heard it on the Tzatzi 9.
It's again, no good. No good. I knew I kept you quiet, but you were no good. What did you ask him? What did you ask him?
Why do you pierce his ears?
No, that's not what you
That was what I
asked him.
asked.
No.
I said,
why do you pierce the right ear?
No, I didn't say that.
Okay. So why do you pierce the right ear?
Even the right, I don't know.
I read about it the other day.
What is it?
There's a reason. Everything was
Because it says it's not. It
right.
says,
Right
So-
side. I mean,
Wrong side.
So get the wrong side, right side. Where are you coming from? Mizrahi and the Dabach said they learn Ozen. Really, we did it too.
Hey, he just told me.
We learned Ozen from the what? From whom? From whom? From whom? Who? The one who has leprosy, when he comes clean, we take the blood of his korban and put it on his right thumb, his right big toe, and his right ear. And we're not going to discuss it
why
today.
don't you punch pierce it? Oh, why don't you pierce it? Why you do that here? I don't like that answer. Because you pierce it.
Mauricio, you did what? Don't. I want to hit. Mauricio, what was the question? What was the question?
Why do we pierce his right ear?
His right.
Yes.
The ear, you already told us why. The ear who stood at Har Sinai and heard.
Oh, that's what he said.
But I didn't ask that question now.
It's the right ear.
Why the
He gave
right?
the answer. He gave
My
the
right ear and left ear hear very good.
Korban did the right ear.
That's
That's the answer. It's Shover. Ozen.
Mauricio, the ear heard Har Sinai. Which ear? The left heard also.
both ears here.
I don't know. My left ear maybe is better than my right ear.
Finger in the right ear. Can you hear me?
depends if you're on
The right and left ear. What's the depth of one ear?
That becomes Nirtzah. Next. Hanakah. What's Hanakah? What you going to tell us?
Give gifts when
At
he
the
leaves.
end.
When he leaves.
Yeah, when he leaves. Very good.
Next. One more, the most important one. You give him Anshem a Goya. You give her a black woman to work.
Ask him the question. We always that's not the answer. It's not a marriage. He told us it's not a marriage. It's not a marriage.
It's a gift.
It becomes a what? A stud.
That's right.
So now,
That's how I remember that.
can we
I
go
can tell
on?
you.
That is, Mr. Gindley, let's go on. This is review. This is not, we're not supposed to know. Now, that is level number 1. There's level number 2. Level number 2 is brought Level 2 is found in Bahar.
Guys, level 2. Sam, level 2.
Now, what is level 2? That is not when Bedin sold him. When he sold himself. Now,
More than 6 years.
now we have a question. All these laws of 6 years, of Hanaka, of piercing, of Shifcha, are all mentioned where? Joe. Mishpatim. Who is talking? Who are we talking about in Mishpatim? Bedin sold him. Does it also apply to the man who sold himself? That becomes a question. We have a Braita. The Braita goes on and says we have a Machloket Tanakama and Rabbi Eliezer, Rabbi Lazar. We don't know. We have a Machloket in the Tosfot. Comes the Gemara and says, some Gemara says, no. We are going to try to do what? Mr. Gindi. We are going to try to do what? Make everybody agree with this Gezerah Shavah, Sakir. Why? Because when we have a Gezerah Shavah, we would like to make it agreeable by everybody. Because it's Halacha Moshe Misinai. Moshe told us what Gezerah Shavah is. They were not man-made. Oh, some are man-made. Where's the famous one which is man-made? Yes. God-given. Pedazim. In Masechet Megillah, we talk about in Megillat Esther, it talks about the walled cities, that they have a special date. How do we know about these walled cities and when they were? We learn Gezerah Shavah, Pedazim from the Banim to Megillat Esther. That's not come from Sinai. Because Sinai we didn't even have Megillat Esther. And Megillat Esther was one of the books that might have been one of the Apocrypha. Because they didn't want to accept it in the Torah. Oh, so who made this Gezerah Shavah, Mr. Gindi? The Chachamim. So the concept of a walled city and an open city. So we want to know the concept of what is considered a walled city from the time of from Yoshua. What is considered a walled city? So they make Gezerah Shavah.
Walled city in his time or no?
Jerusalem becomes a walled city. We have it from the time of Yeshua. We have it from the time Yeshua never saw Yerushalayim.
Right. Okay. He saw Jericho.
He saw Jericho, that's for sure.
He saw Jericho.
Who was the one who conquered Yerushalayim?
Joshua fought the battle.
David. He conquered Yerushalayim, 2 cities. We talked about many times. Yeru and Shalem. And they were walled from the time of Melchizedek. We're not going to make it. The wall which we have today is a fake wall. That was built by the Turkish.
Oh, it was built by who?
But the wall was probably around what is called today Ir David. The Beit HaMikdash goes all the way to, we're not going to go there. Yes, it was high level. The city was Har HaMoriah, Yirah, and what? And Shalem. One was lower, Yirah was part of Mount Moriah. No. Maybe they have archaeological sites. Right. So that becomes, well, let's go back. That is our second Eved, male Eved.
Himself.
Now you have those 4 things. Are they equivalent to both? We said there's a Braita, Rabbi Lazar, and Tanakama, they argue. The Gemara goes, and we spent already a week on this point, that really everybody is going to learn the Gezerah Shavah. Oh, so why are we going to have an argument in the Braita that says,
So here's it says that they're equal, that they're every aspect they're equal. Can you say no?
no,
Pasukim, each item.
but we have a Gezerah Shavah, and we have Pasukim again. Now, the last part of Chazarah, we're going to do it. I have one more thing to do.
Oh, we needed this.
Now the last one is what? Joe, the last one is what? is Eved Israel sold to a goy. That we didn't discuss yet, and that will be.
Wait, are we allowed to do that? Yeah? Ooh, you're going to put every Israel?
No, no.
You just said it, Israel to...
We're not going to put it.
No, Rabbi when he goes home at night. He goes home.
Gindi, we didn't say that. We never said that. First of all, we
Who
don't
puts
do
him
it.
there?
He
Himself
does
or
it
the court?
himself.
No money.
Not the court. A court cannot put a Jew into a non-Jew house. Wow.
Good?
Beautiful.
Okay. Now, the Gemara, yesterday the last thing we did was, we started at the other one, Hanakah. We learned by Hanakah, what is the din? That we have Hanakah. How do we know that it's only by one stole by Bedin and not an indentured slave? The Gemara says you have schir, it should be on both. They made a limud. And they gave us another nekudah, law, not his heirs, even though we have a limud called Shibuda, Rabbi Natan, that usually what somebody owes money to one person. Who's the other guy? The bank, the Yoresh, another creditor. So that's Rabbi Natan. But here, when it comes to gifts, maybe it's different because we called it. Maybe that's not the right term. What do we call it? We call it a bonus. We're only giving to this guy personally. Nothing to do with his Yoshim, nothing to do with his bank. This is a personal gift that's not.
Maybe it doesn't transfer.
And maybe it doesn't transfer. That was yesterday's class. And now we're going to the last difference between
one sold by the Benji and one sold by himself.
What was the last case?
What
was the last? What was the last difference?
And then the lady's slave.
What was the last difference?
The last difference.
About the guy that's sold by the slave?
Hanakah.
That was Hanakah. We just did
We just did Hanakah, yes sir. What is the last one I'm asking you?
Well, we want to find what it was.
The last one? The last one is Aunt Jemima.
Which is the G that's black.
So the first one was 7 years and only 7 years. The second was the Itzah. The third one was Hanakah. And the fourth one is what? Aunt Jemima. And that's what we're going to do today. Hopefully we'll finish it today.
Or brown sugar, like you said.
Brown sugar. Who said brown sugar? Chocolate milk.
Yesterday, you were.
The fourth one is asphalt.
If you have a Jewish slave, you can't sell that slave to them.
The fourth one is asphalt, right?
There's good ones also. Patrick Ewing.
Exactly like a gorilla.
Okay. Can we go on?
Well, not first.
We're about 20 lines from the top of the page. My ta'ama.
Turn the page over.
No, turn the page. Where's my ta'ama?
It's on tape.
I got it, Rabbi.
Yes, right side.
It's a 15A2, second column. Tedvav Amud Aleph, yes. My time, Shivcha. What is the reason of Shivcha? How does he know that a slave who sold himself does not get a Shivcha? My time out of Tanakama. You have it? First word on the line of the Tanakama. My time out of Tanakama, the Amar Mocha Atzmo and Rabo Moseh Lo Shivcha. What is the reason of the first opinion? Abraham, let's go back. For Abraham, we're going to go back. We have a Braita on Yudal Amud Bet. The Braita goes on and says, we have 4 differences between an Eved Ivri. One who's sold by Bedin, one who's sold by himself. The first opinion says, no difference. No difference. Rabbi Eliezer says, no difference. We learn Sachir across the board, no difference. he gets what? Only working for 6 years. He also gets Hanakah. He also gets what? Nirtzah. He also gets Shemaima. No difference.
Who says that?
That is the Tanakama.
Which is? Oh, the Tanakh. But Abaye.
But Rabbi Eliezer, that's a machloket. Now the Gemara wants to know if you're not holding of Sechir, and we're saying everybody holds Sechir, how does he know that he who sells himself will not work for 6 years? Can he work more or less? Cannot have Nirtzah, cannot have a Hanakah, and cannot have a Goya. How do you know that? So we got 3 already. We explained 3 of them. We're now on number 4 that you can't have, like Aunt Jemima. The other one we know the reason.
The 3 already.
Because what? You have exam Shabbat.
Yeah.
But the 4th one.
The 4th we don't know yet. Come, the Gemara says, let's start again from the beginning. The Gemara goes on, that's not the beginning, Mr. Gindi. We're going to start from the beginning where it says, My Tama. Oh, that's that. I'm sorry, Mr. Gindi, you're right. My Tama. My Tama, the Tanakama. What's the reason of the Tanakama? The Amar Mocher Asmo En Rabo Moser Lo Shivcha. What is the reason of the Tanakama? It says that if you sell yourself, you do not get a what? A shivcha kananit mi'ed rachmana. He comes on and he says, the Torah limits the one who receives an Amavriya gabe machu betin, only for one who was sold by betin. Im adonav yiten lo isha. Comes the Gemara and goes on and says, Mr. Gindi, this word law is not necessary. Im adonav yiten isha, we did it yesterday. Law, only him, nobody else. That one who sells himself, only in this case. And this is the point that Dr. Sabak did not like. And I told him, that's the drashal. It's an extra word. What's the extra word for? Im Adonav yiten isha. It's in the Pasha. And according to Rabbi Eliezer, what does he use law? That's an Ba'al Korcho. What's Ba'al Korcho? Force for what? Force against his will. The Idach and the Tanakama. How does he know you can do it Ba'al Korcho? He says, due to the fact that we learn the concept of Sachir, not the Gzirah Shavav Sachir, that a slave is more than a Sachir, Nafka, he learned. Now, what does it mean? That a Sachir only works certain hours. A slave works all hours. So a Sachir is what is has hours.
Part-time.
He has 54 hours, the union doesn't give him more. And if he gets more, double overtime. But when it comes to what? To an Eved, he doesn't have this union. He can work all the time, 24/7. Therefore, you can give him a shivcha. He's working. Sechir and Oved Ela Bayom.
Because he was sold by the betting, huh? The other guy sold by himself.
Mr. Gindi! A Sechir is a worker. Nobody sold him, nobody did anything. He is working. He makes his hours. I'm working for you, we'll make a deal. 12 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours. But in Eved, they don't have any hours. His schedule in the middle of the night, he calls him. Toby! Come up! What?
It's 4 o'clock in the morning.
4 o'clock in the morning. I have what? I have my union. No union for Toby. Jimmy Hoffa gave Rabbi Elephant, Rosh Yeshiva of Itri Yeshiva, close to $80,000 as a donation, on condition that they build a swimming pool in the yeshiva. So I guess if he needed to kill somebody, he didn't want to do it in the Hudson. So he built Israel. So he built a big swimming pool. But he came to visit Mr. Hoffa. But he said he can't put his name. Rabbi Elfin said he's putting his name in the office, not outside the pool. He says, why? He says, you know the way you make your money is in secret. Nobody knows how you make your money. So the way you spend your money better also be in secret.
Was he allowed to take his money though, Rabbi?
I really learned that. Was he allowed to take? Rabbi Mandel of Yeshiva Brooklyn would not have taken the money, that's for sure.
Mandel didn't take, didn't take Barbara Streisand's money.
So he's not taking half his money.
He said he wouldn't take it.
Right, he would not take it. Rabbi Elvin was a little bit of a different personality. We came to visit him in 1976, and one of the boys was learning in Panovich. I was learning in Hebron, and he says, say something over from Rav Shach. He says, go back to Rav Shach and tell him, before he teaches, give the shir, he should come learn by me for 2 years. Sure.
Big rabbi?
Unbelievable. He was sitting in, he was a little guy. He was sitting in what? In Florida, his wife told us. And all of a sudden, who was in front of him? I'm not going to tell you. Sechir en oved ela beyom, eved ivri oved ben beyom ben belayla. Who does not work all 24 hours? That's a worker. But eved ivri could work all the time.
That's us.
V'chi tale al datcha she'eved ivri oved ben beyom o ben belayla. Oh, you should ask, how is that possible? V'halo kavan ne'amar. Doesn't it say already in the pasuk? And Mr. Guinea should tell us where this pasuk is. Ki tov lo imach. And the slave should have it good with you. You can't make him do menial work. Doesn't that mean? No, that's devarim.
It's not Fatim.
The devarim. Imcha. What does it mean? Imcha b'machal, imcha b'mishteh. You have to treat him properly and give him, not only give him dog food, but to give him whatever you're eating. You're having Hamdan Friday night with chicken and rice. What's his portion? The same thing.
Well, the housekeeper always gets served first anyway.
Okay, so the housekeeper you don't have to give her. If she's not Jewish, you have to give her good food. But the Hua say,
The Rabbi, you give her rice and beans and
right? But if he's a Jewish slave, what do you have to give him?
Like you.
And what about his bed?
Pillow like Elliot said before.
You have to
you only have one pillow, you got
give it to him.
Could that be question? Could that be for two reasons? One, the kavod of the Jew, and two, rehabilitation.
And three,
That's all
you'll think about the third one. Right? That's a good question. I'm not saying it's not. Chas v'shalom, it's a very good question. From here we see that he has to give him good food. He has to give him a good place to rest. But it doesn't exclude the Shivcha Kanani.
Doesn't exclude. It says he must give him.
No, must be allowed to.
He's allowed to give him. He's
Again.
allowed. That's
Joe!
That's a leap.
Joe!
Yeah, it's a jump.
Joe! We want to know, what about one who is sold by himself? We know the slave which is sold by Bedin. Pasuk says clearly. We want to know, what about a man who was sold by himself, indentured slave? Does that also include or not? That is our question.
We don't know that answer.
That's the, now the Gemara is coming and saying, you learn from Sechir. No, the Pasuk says, no, the Pasuk says, that he's happy with you. That's all it says.
That means he's not overworked.
Right. So comes the Gemara says, doesn't mean you can't give Mishichat. Don't learn that from that Pasuk. That Pasuk doesn't tell me his hours. What does it tell me about that
didn't
Pasuk?
work.
What does it tell me?
You gotta treat him like yourself.
Treat him good. But in the middle of the night, you have your wife. He can also have his. Mrs. Aunt Jemima. So the pasuk Kitov Lachimach is not going to do what?
Answer the question.
Is not going to exclude him from having an Amaivriya. Goya. Okay, Rabotai, even though it's Pashat Netzavim
No,
or
Vayelech.
Vayelech, but if you want to know nice
Sent it out
Musar,
to about at least 200 people
Oh, well.
this morning.
Bezrat Hashem. So
I got it 3 times.
you got 3 times? No, okay, so now only 197.
I got 4 times. I got 1 from you.
Okay, Bezrat Hashem, the week before Yom Kippur, we should realize that we can't. Am Yisrael is Am Kasher Arif. When Yonah went to Nineveh, he knew that they're not Am Kasher Arif. Once he goes and shows them the truth, they may follow. And he didn't want them to be.
Right.
Now, what does that teach us? It teaches something very important. It teaches us that we always have to look at our brothers in a good light. They're religious, they're not religious. Don't say Lashon Hara. Yonah said Lashon Hara. What do? You got swallowed by the fish.
You got up in the 16th chapter.
Right?
Is it? Yeah. We're not there. I didn't notice it. I didn't know.
The main character.
No, the main is the Chaya.
No.
When you enter
Adam,
into
Rishon.
the Chaya is the first one. Right when you walk in,
Who's
Yeah.
looking down at everyone, Rabbi?
what?
Who's looking down at everyone? You're not.
That's
Bunch of
Yonah.
sins, he tells you.
Is Panther on there?
Sure.
I noticed it. I was there once in my life for 17 years.
Bezrat Hashem, everybody have a very good day.